When many of us are learning a language, we maybe go to some sort of forum to ask a question and see if we can get any feedback as to if we have the correct answer or if we don't have the correct answer. And this isn't just learning a language, this is with a lot of things in life. We will go to Reddit or we will go to Quora to try to see what kind of answers we can get. And sometimes you have answers that are the top answer, and then sometimes you have a real good true answer that's further down in the description. But are these forums correct and are these forums good? Today we're going to go ahead and look at one of these because it's something that I just noticed today and talk about, is this the best way to learn English? Hi, my name is Dave. Welcome to justsayitenglish.com. I'm an American English teacher from the city of Chicago, and I enjoy helping people like you learn the English language. If you're interested, I do one-on-one lessons. Go down to the description below. Go and click on the link to my website, justsayitenglish.com, where you can register there, sign up for lessons, and I would be more than happy to help you. I'll also put a link down to my italki page. If you are on italki, I'm more than happy to help you on that platform as well. Today, I'm going to give you an example of why these forums are sometimes really bad when it comes to learning English. And I only noticed this example today because I saw this question in my feed at the bottom, and I noticed that the answer to the question was very interesting. But let's go ahead and look at the question that the person asks first, and we'll determine, is this correct or not correct? All right, so here we go. Is this grammatically correct? I haven't taken the test for a long time. Is that grammatically correct? Absolutely. As far as the tense is concerned, absolutely. We can say, I took a test in the past, and since that time, I haven't taken that test. So the tense is perfect. There's only one little problem, and it's a very, very small problem, is using the preposition for, in this case, instead of in. So we would usually use, you haven't done something for a long time in past situations. I haven't done something in a long time. We would use in maybe present perfect or present situation. This is the only difference. So the only change I would make to this sentence is say, I haven't taken this test in a long time. That's it. That's the only change. But I looked at the first answer that was given on this, the one that is put up at the top. And every single piece of advice that the person gives is absolutely 100% incorrect. So let's look at the answer and see why it's incorrect. And, maybe this will give you some idea as to if you should use these forms or not. So this English teacher / translator at Upwork says this is not a correct grammar sentence. Now, first of all, that sentence is, I think, not grammatically correct because I don't know what he's trying to say. He says this is not a correct grammar sentence. That would mean that this sentence is about grammar. Now, the question is about grammar, but the sentence isn't about grammar. This sentence is about, I haven't taken a test for a long time, or in a long time, as it should be, right? It's not about grammar. So this person should have said, the person answering should have said, this sentence is not grammatically correct. The fact that he said this is not a correct grammar sentence indicates that the sentence is about grammar. So already, immediately, this answer is grammatically incorrect. But let's go ahead and look at the first thing that they mention and why, well, that's incorrect. First, it is a negative sentence, so we don't use it for a long time. Instead, we should use yet or so far. And the two examples that he gives is, I haven't taken the test yet. I haven't taken the test so far. All right, so there's a few mistakes with this answer here. First, whether the sentence is negative or positive doesn't matter. Okay, we can say, I haven't been there for a long time. I haven't visited my friends for a long time. I haven't seen my family for a long time. But we can say, I have been visiting my family for a long time. I have been eating horrible food for a long time. So whether it's negative or positive, it doesn't make sense. You can use them in any situation. The fact that this sentence is negative and has not on it it does not matter. You can use for a long time in a positive or a negative sentence. So immediately, extremely incorrect. Now let's look at the two examples that this person gives, which is, I haven't taken the test yet. I haven't taken the test so far. Again, this is a different sentence. So when we say, I haven't taken the test in a long time, as it should be, means that you did take the test in the past. And it has been a long time since you have taken that test, and you still haven't taken that test. And you might not in the future, but you could in the future. But this indicates that you actually did take the test in the past. In these example sentences that he provides, it indicates that the person never took the test. Never, ever took the test. Well, they might have taken the test. So these are two absolutely different sentences with different meanings. And if this person did take the test in the past, and they say, I haven't taken the test yet, they would actually be giving this person incorrect information. So this answer so far, and that's usually when we use so far, is incorrect. So let's look at the second part of this answer to see if it is correct. All right, here we go. Second, we use for with action verb. That should be action verbs category, grammatically incorrect, such as, I have been walking for a long time. He is here for the meeting. I'm using for. Where is the action verb? There is no action verb there. I'm using to be. Okay, but I'm using the preposition for. Okay, so this person say that we only use for when we have an action verb is absolutely crazy, is absolutely dumb, and is absolutely wrong. So of this answer that was given on Quora, there are 2 grammatical mistakes in the answer, and all of the information that this person gives is incorrect, which I pointed out some of it, but I didn't point out all of it. And the fact that this is the number one answer, the number one thing that people see when they see this question and then see this answer is pretty sad, because the answer is actually 100% incorrect. And this is why if you're using Quora or you're using Reddit or something like that, you should be very skeptical of the answer to see if it's right or see if it's wrong. Do a little bit more research. Look at some of the other answers. Look at other forums and determine if maybe you find some other information. Because if you just looked at this answer on Quora, you would have been given 100% the wrong information. So I just wanted to give this little warning to you to make sure that you actually are researching English in a way that will help you understand it 100%. All right, thank you all very much for joining me today. If you're interested in taking lessons with me, again, go down to the description to justsayitenglish.com, sign up at my website, and register for lessons today. So I hope that you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and I hope to see you in the near future. Thank you. Bye-bye.